Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hide the kids and pop the top on a cold one. Coming to you from the Riverbank studio in Nitro, West Virginia, please welcome the inebriated cast of Section 304.
All right, welcome into the Section 304 podcast.
No Yost.
No Yost.
It's a Yostless show.
Where is Yost?
I think he's at work, patrolling the grounds to keep this
Keeping the county safe. Yep, Sheriff Yost.
He and his canine patrolling the hallowed grounds of Kanawha County and the back roads as well. Well, now they leave the back roads for fucking Barry, don't they?
I think so.
They send Barry into the trailer parks. Barry's used to that. So they let Barry patrol the trailer parks because that's Barry's area.
That's his expertise.
Yeah, Barry knows about that shit. But, nah, man, big weekend. Big week for the Mountaineers. Little scary to look at that Iowa State game. I thought we would have handled them a lot easier and then had trouble with Kansas, but it was reversed.
I watched Iowa State against Oklahoma. They gave Oklahoma all they could handle. They're terrible, and they are 0-8 in the league, but they're going to trip some people up.
You know what it is with our team? We have to have a third scorer.
We do?
We get a third scorer consistently, we're trouble. If we get somebody to go along with DC and somebody to go along with Deuce, we get a third scorer, teams are in trouble. Tazo showed you that on Saturday.
He did, and he is averaging over 16 a game since Big O left. I saw that on ESPN today.
Dropped 28 Saturday. Looked good. Looked really good.
He made some really, really difficult shots.
We're struggling a little bit more on the boards than I thought we would. Gabe got a haircut, and he's not played great since the haircut. But they find a way to get it done. Emmett Matthews looks like he's woke up, come out of that concussion that he caught in Mexico a year ago. I mean, these guys, some of them are starting to wake up and play a little bit of ball. I think that's a good sign when you look. I mean, like I said, Deuce and Culver are going to do what they're going to do, but you got to have that third guy. And
a big three, right?
Yeah. And, you know, I would prefer it to be Taz every game, but he's had a game or two off.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy McNeil, his percentage is coming up some, but he had a rough go Saturday.
I noticed he basically deferred to the other two guards. And he played some pretty good defense, but he didn't score. Only hit 1 3. I think he didn't shoot hardly any.
He's got to be set.
Oh, yeah.
And that's not a slam on him. But him going left or right and trying to rock it by somebody and hitting a step back, that's not his game. That's Taz's game. Taz can hit you left or right and spin you around and then make a fall away. That's not McNeil's game. McNeil and Taz. But I'd like to see both of them contribute heavily. McCabe had been playing well. And he got in Saturday, and I don't know if he's outclassed or what. I mean, I still want the kid to do well, but, man, he makes some really shitty, stupid, lazy passes. I mean, he had
one bad.
That second half, he threw that one to McNeil, and it was like it was almost like he was throwing it to the Kansas guy's lead hand to give him the fast break.
He's a guy who you're not going to get something from him every game.
No, but I want him to give 8 minutes a game.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all. Because if you can get Deuce to play 32 minutes, stay out of foul trouble, and McCabe can give you 8 to 10 minutes a game, and he's been making jumpers. He's been making shots.
Yeah,
we tend to get into every game it seems like an 8 to 10 to 12 minute slump. where we go without scoring and we make a lot of bad passes and let teams back in the game.
And against Kansas, that was the beginning of the second half.
Yep.
Where they came out hot, went 6 for 6, lead gone, and then after that, we kind of settled down and played some pretty good basketball. Our defense at the end of that game was really good. It's the best we played defense since the beginning of the season.
Can you think of a guy, the last time we had a guy who looked as comfortable and as confident with the ball in his hands in a crunch time moment than what Miles McBride looks?
Kind of reminds me of Butler. They play different positions, but Butler was like,
He looks,
give me the ball.
Yeah, he looks so comfortable, and it seems there's no pressure to him.
He is such a good shooter. I think that gets lost. He's shooting 43 or 44% from three.
And
Sherman went over 40% for the year.
And I'd say anything over 40
Is
you could
really
put
fucking
as
good.
a great to possibly elite shooter in collegiate basketball.
It's just the game. The game has opened up for Sherman since Oscar left. I think
it's opened up for a lot of them.
Yeah, and Sherman, to me, though, he deferred to Oscar in where we were running everything through the two big guys. You just didn't get to see. You would get glimpses of
Well,
it.
it clogged. The two big guys clogged his shit
Yeah.
up. It clogged the lane up. So he had no room to create because once you beat your guy off the dribble, then you run into towers down there because two big guys are clogging the lane.
Mm-hmm. And he wasn't. We didn't need him to score as much as he's scoring now. Like I said, he's over 16 a game since Oscar left, and I want the ball in his hands. I want him shooting. I want him going to the hoop. He is a guy who talk about getting touches to guys. He's a guy who's got to touch the ball a lot because he can flat out score.
He can get it done. I like what he does. I like him as a player. I've liked him, since he's been on campus. I thought he was super athletic and probably going to be a guy who would come into his own. But he's far exceeded. Like I said, what is he wears number 12?
Yeah,
He reminds me a lot of a former 12
a little bit
in the way he plays and the way he can get to the basket and take his man one-on-one. Now, he doesn't play the defense like Tariq did.
No.
But offensively, he's right there on par with that game.
Mm-hmm. And Culver was solid on Saturday.
That's all you need him to be, man.
Right.
He's a walking double-double.
Yeah, he had 19 and 9. Wish he
Yeah.
would have gotten another rebound, but
Well,
it really doesn't mean anything.
He's just a walking double-double.
I saw another interesting stat. McBride is leading the league in assist-to-turnover ratio.
It's pretty good for a two-guard. Playing
Pretty
point.
good. Yeah. I think he's...
Did you know he
he's
played
a
quarterback?
Yeah. He also went to the same school as Ken Griffey Jr.
I heard that.
and Barry Larkin.
Yeah.
I don't know if...
Moeller High?
Yeah, Moeller.
Yeah, Moeller High. They could get a new picture to show him as a quarterback, too, couldn't they?
They could. He is playing at a level right now that we have not had too many guys play at.
He's playing at a very high level. It's a shame that the news came out today that those two games got canceled.
Against Baylor.
I know it's kind of a relief for some, but I would have loved to have seen him play against what the best that the Big 12 has to offer.
I want a piece of them.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to beat them on the road, but we can beat them in Morgantown.
Maybe have 3,000 fans in the stands.
Maybe if we're lucky.
Yeah. You got to give up some big money to get those tickets, though, or know somebody. Or be willing to do something strange. I mean, they are not making that public access friendly. Letting fucking 2,500 in this Saturday for Oklahoma. I think we'll get that game. But like I said, man, I thought that the way this week went, I thought we would have done to Iowa State what we did to Kansas, and Kansas would have been the close game. But fuck it, I'll take it. 2-0 is 2-0. Keep it rolling. I like it.
Yeah, and an interesting thing about the Iowa State game is Huggins called him out.
He did. Said the worst defensive team he's ever coached.
Which I don't agree with that, but I think you got to play.
Do you ever get tired of that?
What?
Win, lose, draw, the press conference is the same, and the reasons for losses has been the same for so many. It's almost like you could just queue up last year's
Pressers,
Texas Tech presser, and it's going to say, "Don't make free throws. Miss shots. Miss wide open shots. Don't play defense. Don't play defense. Worst defensive team I've ever coached. Can't press.
I think he was playing mind games.
Too many turnovers. I mean, but it's like he's just been the same. It's been the same thing, and it's like, all right, dude, if you know that's the case, why are you not fixing it as a coach?
That was what he used to say. I'll fix it.
Yeah, that was very famous line.
I don't know. I think he, like I said, he tries to motivate the players.
Yeah,
and making the comment that they're the worst defensive team.
I think he plays some mind games with them, and I think he's put some stuff out there that he knows they'll read and see and hope it inspires them to play better. And obviously Saturday it brought something out of them.
What did he say after Oscar left? This is something I find interesting.
After he left, all I remember is him saying there's zero chance that he'll be back.
He said we're going to be better for this. We're going to be better. Like, we're going to have to play different. We're going to be better.
The only aspect of the game I see us getting beat at a lot is on the defensive end. We still don't switch well.
We get beat off the dribble way too much.
We get a lot of people sucked into the lane and the kickouts open. And it seems like we don't switch really well. Maybe I don't know. He's in the gym with them every day of the week, so he knows what they're best at. But I wouldn't mind seeing just a straight up, just man to man, get it and go.
No pressure, because we pressure the ball so much.
And you know what? You know what that's going to do, if nothing else? That's going to show you who can get it and who can't. Mm-hmm. And there's not going to be any question about who's at fault for missing a switch or overplaying or being out of position. You go man to man, 90 feet of the floor or whatever, you're going to see whose man is scoring, and there ain't nobody to blame but you.
Right, don't help off. Don't help off, especially a guy in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
I've been screaming that for years.
If you want to see who's playing D and who can and can't play D, I'm not saying you got to do it the whole game, but fuck it, man. Let's put them out there and let's get it. Let's go full court man to man and run them down. And I'm telling you,
I don't even want that. I just want to play a half court man.
I would love
no traps.
I would love to see Deuce
just go one-on-one,
length of the floor with somebody and just in their fucking jock, because I think that would be Javon Carter-esque defense, and I think it would be really impressive to watch.
See, Caridi compared their numbers on Twitter. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
I don't want to get into this comparison because it's impossible.
Two totally different players.
Right, but it's
other than the mentality of dogfight defense and laying it and leaving it all on the floor.
Yeah, I agree. They're two totally different players.
Deuce a much better scorer.
Absolutely, and that's what these numbers tell. That's the story they tell. But Carter was all-conference defense 4 years in a row, even as a freshman.
Yeah.
Not logging. I mean, he played a lot, but he didn't log like 30 minutes a game or anything like that. Yeah. So you can't unsee Javon Carter win National Defensive Player of the Year twice. I mean, that impression's in your mind. He got so much better defensively throughout his career. And he was good as a freshman right out of the gate. So
that's how he got to Morgantown.
Exactly.
8:30 in the morning, Hugs is sucking down some coffee at a gym in Illinois or wherever, and he said, I'm looking, and I see a guy going 90 feet, man to man. He said, I looked and said, who's this?
I'll be honest with you. I can't remember a guard as good on offense as Deuce is right now as a sophomore.
And it looks easy.
Yeah,
it's all very fluent.
Right. You knew he bounced back too against Kansas because he had two bad shooting games.
He's not doing anything where it looks like he's forcing. He's not doing anything where it looks like he's hogging the ball. It all flows to him naturally. And it looks effortless for him. Saturday looked effortless for him to drop that 31
just
and play
31,
the game he played.
Real efficient. Didn't shoot a whole bunch.
No, just
4 for 5 from 3, 9 for 9 from the line.
Gets it done.
And Sherman was right there behind him. I think what'd Sherman have, 25?
28, I believe.
He was like 4 for 5 from 3. We were 11 for 21 from 3. We might need to shoot more threes.
I don't know if I want to go that far.
One thing I love,
we need
though,
to shoot that way tomorrow because Texas Tech going to be out for fucking blood.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting game. I think people forget that McClung didn't do shit until I want to call him Carter, until McBride got in foul trouble.
Yeah. Dude, and see, that's the thing, man. Like I said, 8 minutes a game.
Who, McCabe?
Yep. If we can give
He
him
and
8 minutes a
Kedrian,
game,
yeah.
if they can give 8 minutes a game, give that guy a rest,
Keep him out of foul trouble.
then they've done their job. I don't need you to come in and pound the ball between your legs left and right and run 10 seconds off the shot clock before you even make a move because you're trying to show me you can dribble.
That drives me crazy.
I saw you could dribble when I saw the video of you on whatever fucking TV show you were on as a child prodigy. So we know you can dribble. The professor from And One can dribble, but he's playing in prisons against guys and making videos about it. He's not in prison. He goes to prisons to let prisoners try to guard him. And he shows up at different courts around L.A. and like street ball. So I don't need to see your dribbling abilities. I want you and I need you to start the offense and be efficient on that end so we're not ending up holding the ball, shooting a fall-away three from 28 feet out. All I need is 8 minutes from him. That's it.
It shouldn't be too much to ask, right?
No. Division I, full ride, practice 5, 6 days a week, supposedly a film junkie. I would have to think that you would know that the passes you're making are a little bit lame-wristed. They're leaving a lot to be desired.
I screamed when he threw that past him.
I couldn't believe it.
Get him out of the game.
I couldn't believe it. Had I not, I actually went out in public to watch this when I broke my own. Had I not been out in public, I would have yelled a lot of shit. But I was sitting in the middle of an establishment, and I couldn't do it. But I leaned over and I told the people sitting with me what I thought. I just couldn't say it very loud. Had to keep that one on the low. But I was yelling inside.
That's the kind of shit. Guys take bad shots. They drop balls. They make mistakes. That's fine. But there's certain stuff that you can't tolerate. That's one of them right there.
Yeah, we throw a lot of bad passes.
We do. We're getting better, though. I will say that.
Well, I mean, it's hard to be worse than some of the shit we throw sometimes. We're also not great at inbounding the ball. I'd like to see that improve a touch. We have some problems inbounding the ball every now and again. Also, I want to see Jalen Bridges just be consistent.
I think you're going to have to wait a year. He's going to have it. I bet you he has a good game tomorrow night.
It's about every other game.
He's more like every third game.
Yeah, about every other game, every third game. Yeah, you're right.
He can shoot, man.
Yeah,
he's shooting 50% from three. I don't know how many he's taken, but
most of his shots are from the arc.
Right.
So if he's 50%, he's shooting it pretty damn well, because most of what he's shooting is from the arc. But not overall, I thought good week for the Hoops team. 2-0, defended the home court. Like I said, I thought it would have been reversed score-wise. I thought we would have pounded Iowa State out and had some trouble with Kansas, but I'm good.
That's the worst Kansas team I've ever seen since we've been in the league.
They're not very good.
They're not talented. I mean, normally
When's the last time you saw some shit like this? Kansas, Duke, North Carolina, all eating dick.
It's never happened before. I mean, one's been down, but Kentucky's even worse than all three of them. Kentucky's terrible. Have you watched them?
I guess cheating doesn't always pay.
I guess not.
Because Kansas is really bad. I watched a little bit of Kentucky the other night, but
they're terrible.
My interest is not very high on them. And Duke, yeah. I'd like to see Brakefield play, but I feel bad for him. He went, he had all them schools to choose from. He went there thinking it was going to be something, and
they're bad. They're not any good.
They keep saying Coach K's thinking about shelving it.
Just quitting on the year?
Uh-huh. I heard Roy Williams said if you shelf it, you're a quitter.
You are, yeah.
Taking some verbal jabs. Carolina got him on Saturday by 2, but they got him.
That's the most uninteresting Carolina Duke game I think I've ever watched.
Wasn't very good.
No.
Wasn't very good. It was bad. But, fuck it, man. It is what it is. But it's weird. And then Michigan's called halts to their activities for another 2 weeks.
Forgot about them. They're, 13-1?
They were really good, too,
They were playing really well.
They were beating the brakes off people, and they probably ain't been in the gym.
I wanted to see them play. The Big Ten's really good. I mean, I think the two best leagues are the Big Ten and the Big 12 by far. You can argue, I guess, either one. There's obviously more teams in the Big Ten, but getting to see Michigan go up against Ohio State and Illinois would have been interesting. Michigan State sucks too. It's another traditional power that sucks this year.
Yeah. Now here's the question: if they get in, I bet you Gonzaga's in a bracket loaded with a shitload of powerhouses or like mid-level noisemakers, and I bet Duke catches in with the worst 1 seed in all of the brackets. And
that would be the 4 1 seeds I saw the other day were Gonzaga, Baylor, Michigan, and Ohio State. Ohio State's on a tear.
They probably get in with Michigan then.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're trending at like a 4.
4 or 5 I saw.
4 or 5, yeah. All right, let's take a break. Got some football news. Obviously, we'll talk about the upcoming basketball schedule, which is a very fluid situation right now. And
2 games kicked off the books. COVID.
All right, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back after this word.
Son of a bitch! Boogie's Driving Range and Barbecue. A natural grass driving range located in Tornado, West Virginia, beside Big Bend Golf Course. Open 7 days a week with golf ball dispenser. Boogie's offers a great barbecue menu with delicious items right off the wood fire grill, fresh every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We also have a newly remodeled clubhouse with bar and a large patio to enjoy the peaceful mountain air. Open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and 11 to 9 p.m. on Sunday. Boogie's Driving Range and Barbecue.
I get those goosebumps every time, you come around, you ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those comments, I'm way too numb, it's way too dumb, I get those goosebumps every time, I need the Heimlich, throw that to the side, I get those goosebumps every time, when you're not around, when you throw that to the side, I get those goosebumps every time, 713 through the 281, I'm riding. Why they on me? I'm flying, sipping low key. I'm sipping low key at Onyx, find a rider. I get those goosebumps every time, you come around, you ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those comments, I'm way too numb, it's way too dumb,
All right, welcome back into part 2 of the Section 304 podcast, where we are not drinking beers, or we are talking years though.
I had some beers this weekend though.
Did you? I didn't get into any.
Yeah, I had a few. I had about 15 or 16 on Saturday. But it was like an all day, like slow drink thing. It wasn't pounding.
Wasn't too rowdy.
Nah,
just casual.
Yeah, just casual with a nice cigar or two. A few beers. No liquor, no hard liquor. And I had 4 or 5 yesterday. Super Bowl.
How about the Super Bowl?
Tom Brady. Dude, Tom Brady. Fucking the guys at this point, how can you even hate him anymore?
I don't think he's the greatest quarterback of all time.
Who's better? He has 7 rings.
I know, but football is such a team game.
Who's better?
If you were
okay, wait. Point taken there, but he's won a shitload of those with like Edelmans and Welkers, and he's not doing it. He lost when he should have won it when he had Moss.
It's true.
He's true. And then this year, I mean,
caught some breaks too.
This year they have Fournette, who's a cast-off cut. Everybody's giving up on him.
Yeah, but that guy's a big-time talent.
What? But everyone gave up on him. He gets his boy Gronk to come out of retirement. And then you got Mike Evans, Antonio Brown. He had more weapons this year than he's had in most of the years he's won it with the Patriots.
It's true. It just took him a while to get going.
So for you to say it's a team game, I think you've just proven the point.
What?
The 6 that he got with the Patriots was done with not a lot of offensive weapons around him. Corey Dillon at tailback.
Corey Dillon was a really good running back.
Dude, his
I know what you're saying.
Like Danny Woodhead.
If you were starting a franchise and could have any quarterback throughout history, you take Brady.
Just prove to you that he's not just a system guy. 42 through fucking 43 touchdowns. Now has more touchdowns in the Super Bowl himself than any franchise in the NFL. Touchdown Tommy, dude. Who you gonna take? Who you gonna take? Montana or Elway?
Elway.
That's
Elway's
'cause
the
you're-
most talented quarterback
But
ever.
you're biased because you're a Broncos fan. So that's not really.
I'm
I
getting
mean,
trashed on all my group texts for this take.
yeah, it's
Brady
because
to me
it's
is
wrong.
like Brady's like Bill Russell to me. He's the greatest winner, but there's more to it to me than just winning championships.
Again, he elevated. He did what Jordan did with the Bulls.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Jordan elevated those guys' game to a different
I don't
level.
think. I just don't think you compare football and basketball.
Okay, the 7 Super Bowls is worth 4 basketball championships.
I don't even think you can
Or-
even think about it like that.
1 Super Bowl is worth 4 basketball championships. However you want to put it. I think it's harder to get it in football.
You might have a point there.
More chance of injury. Take more of a beating during the season. While it's a shorter season, it's still played over a 5-6 month span. Dude, there's just no argument to this. I don't like the guy, but he is the greatest of all time to play quarterback in the NFL. There's nothing else to be said. It's over. Buy your GOAT shirt and wear
No.
it.
You'll never convince me that he. I mean, Peyton Manning has 5 MVPs.
Brady has 7 Super Bowls
Okay,
with
but-
5 Super Bowl MVPs.
Peyton Manning has a winning record against Brady in the playoffs. Did you know that?
How many Super Bowls does Peyton have?
2. And I would say 1.5 because the only reason they won the Super Bowl in Denver was because of their defense. He was shot by that point.
So even if he beats Brady in the playoffs, he can't finish the job, but Brady finishes the job. So, dude, it's just, look, man.
But like Brady's last Super Bowl in New England, he was terrible. The only reason they won the Super Bowl was because of their defense. But it was like 13-3 against the Rams. You remember that?
Yeah, and then
That's
the
why
year
I thought
before
he-
he came back from 28-3.
Well, yeah. Well, no, the year before that they lost to the Eagles. But yeah, no, you're right. 28-3.
He's also lost twice to the Giants.
Eli's just
Yeah, I'm a Giants fan. I'm never going to tell you Eli's the greatest.
well.
I'm going to tell you Eli's mediocre, but he's going to get in the Hall of Fame because he's got 2 in his name.
I wouldn't say he's mediocre.
He's not great.
He had some bad years. That's true. But
Eli threw a lot of picks. He's not great. He's better than Daniel Jones.
the game is so much different now than it was when like in the 90s.
How long's Brady? Brady's been doing it for what?
20 years.
2 decades. He's ran this league. 2 decades, 7 Super Bowls, played in 10. Think about
crazy.
that. Think about that. Played in fucking 10. You know how nuts that is? And again, Edelman, Woodhead, Dillon, Welker, not Moss, not Rice, not Marcus Allen, not the like, dude, he's doing it with not a lot. And I mean, shit, I think Mike Evans is the most talented receiver on the Bucks, and he caught what, 2 balls last night? One of them
Man,
had,
how about Leftwich?
they
Called an incredible game.
They said I was told today that when they interviewed him after the game, they thought he was Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
Guys asking him a bunch of questions.
Todd Bowl. I mean, their defense is the reason they won the game. They shut Kansas City
My
down.
man, 9 Fingers, Pierre Paul.
Yeah.
Sue. I mean, they got a lot of guys down there that people had kind of given up on.
Yeah, but they're big-time talents. Big-time talents. I mean,
I don't
Sue's
disagree.
a big-time talent.
Big time talent, big time ego. You got to
Yeah.
figure out a way to keep that shit in check.
Well, if there's one guy who can do that, if there's one guy that commands all the respect in the room, it is definitely Tom Brady. You're not going to...
The GOAT. Say it.
I just won't say it. Sorry.
You won't say it, but you know it.
I can't say it.
But you know it. And your Elway take,
Elway's the most talented quarterback ever. Maybe when Patrick Mahomes is all said and done, it might be him. But if you look at the draft prospects of all time going throughout history, Elway is the number one.
again, you're looking at like numbers and analytical shit that I don't care about. Because at the end of it, Tom
Who's the
Brady
best
has
running back
played
ever?
in 10.
Who's the best running back ever?
I mean, it probably would have been Bo if he didn't blow his fucking knee up.
Fair enough, but he did. Top to bottom career. Who's the best ever?
Ooh, Barry Sanders.
How many rings does he have?
None. But
Right.
He ran for.
But is
He
Emmitt
was
Smith
running for his life.
Is Emmitt Smith better than Barry Sanders because he has 3 rings and has every rushing
Emmitt
record
Smith
ever?
is probably top 3.
I don't know about that, man.
I would have to sit and look at like I
Emmitt
don't
got to play behind the best,
line in a row.
arguably the best offensive line.
So
ever.
does Zeke.
Yeah, I'm not even getting into the
Current
Cowboys now.
situation.
Yeah,
But all I'm saying, dude, just get comfortable with saying it because it's written in stone now. It's over. It's over. And you know who's the saltiest of this?
who?
Bill fucking Belichick. Sitting at home cutting
You think he's salty about this?
guaranteed.
I don't think so.
I think he's a big part of the
I don't
reason
think-
Brady's gone.
I don't think New England wins anything if he stays in New England.
I don't know.
I
You'll
think he
never
made
know.
the best move he could have made. It was a very shrewd move. A friend of mine pointed out that him getting to play in Florida versus New England, because if you watch him his last 2 years in New England, his arm,
It's
he
dead
didn't
in the
have the
cold.
zip. Yeah, it was dead. It looked like he was done.
Here's the thing.
But this year, he had that zip
re-sign
back.
and bring a lot of these dudes back. They probably gonna get another one next
They
year.
won't repeat. I'll take that action right now.
That'll be 8. Then we
They'll not repeat.
8 for 11.
If he does that, then we might have to revisit this conversation.
Move along. You've
All right.
lost your mind.
We'll be right back after this word.
When your heating and cooling system needs service, turn to Francisco Heating and Air Conditioning. They've been delivering quality service in West Virginia since 1980. No matter the make or model, Francisco Heating and Cooling can make sure your unit is back in service in no time, and their work is guaranteed. Francisco Heating and Air Conditioning is fully licensed and insured and is a certified Trane dealer. And remember, it's hard to stop a Trane. Find them on Facebook or call 304-542-1895. Catch the Mountaineers in comfort with Francisco Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, so we got Texas Tech tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, big game.
Deuce, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
I think it's on the deuce.
Then we have Oklahoma on Saturday. That's going to be another big game. I think they're, 11th?
Yeah,
We're 14th.
they've been knocking people off too, man. They've been
Yeah.
making some fucking noise. Big Lon Kruger, Lon and those guys are mowing people's lawns. They're knocking teams off. They beat a lot of ranked teams. I think 2 or 3 in a row, maybe 4.
They did.
In a row.
It started with us.
Yeah,
Like 3 or 4 top 10 teams in a row.
Yeah, they've been doing some work.
Yeah, they're good. They got nice gear, too. Saw a pair of special edition of OU Jordan 5s.
Their players have shit team shoes. The coaches got fired. The coaches are in like Concords and
Right.
shit over there, and the team is wearing like these fucking 92 team shoes that are whack.
Get it together, Oklahoma.
Unless they're holding their good shit just to have, I don't understand wearing them team shoes.
Hell, the football team's got better looking shoes than they do.
Yeah.
The football team was out there in 1s and 11s.
You notice the Bucks' entire team was in some sort of Jumpman apparel last
I
night.
didn't notice that. Did not.
Linemen all in ones. Yeah, swagged out. But, no, man, I think Texas Tech's going to be a rough one. I think we defend the home court, the home palace against Oklahoma on Saturday. I think we get them back. Texas Tech's a different story. For us to
You
beat
think we win?
Texas, I think it's going to be close. I think for us to win, we have to have the big two, and then that third party's got to step up and carry on. We got to have somebody fill that third man role.
Then get someone who chips in 10.
Yeah, 8, 10, 12
Yeah.
points, but you get 3 guys who score 15 and up. I think we're good to go tomorrow, but I don't envision Mac McClung shooting the way he shot it in Morgantown.
I hope McBride stays out of foul trouble. I want to see those two go at it. Because
Be
I think
interesting.
McBride's better than him.
Be interesting.
I know he's scoring more points. But
Mac McClung probably shoots a lot more.
yeah, he does.
And I don't know when he developed a jump shot, because coming out of high school and at Georgetown, he was just all bounce.
Just dunking on everybody.
He got a lot of bounce, man. And springs on his shoes.
He
He's
does. He
wearing those fucking weight trainer shoes that you wear.
The
back in
strength
high
shoes?
school. Yeah.
Getting those calves right.
He must have wore those a lot. That dude got some bounce. He's good. But, yeah, man, I don't know. I think I'll be happy with 1-1. Give me a 1-1 split either way it works out. I think we drop tomorrow because it's on the road. And Texas Tech's got revenge on their mind. I think Saturday we get Oklahoma because we got more fans. And fuck Oklahoma. They beat us on the road when we should have beat them. And I think we get that back.
That's going to be an interesting matchup because they play small. And I think we're better equipped. That was the first, if you remember, that was the first game we played without Oscar.
Yep.
So we're a little bit different animal now.
I think we get that back. I think Texas Tech.
That'd be a good one. Good win. Baylor canceled. Who knows when we're making that up? We don't know when we're making up the TCU and Oklahoma State game from earlier in the year.
I'd like to get another shot at Oak State.
I do. Yeah, I want to play them again.
Yeah. I guess the money on them tonight.
Against Kansas?
Yeah.
You think Kansas has lost, 3 or 4 in a row?
Fuck Kansas. They'll probably win tonight, though.
Who knows, man? They're just
It
not
looked like
very
one of those
good.
sucker bets, but I couldn't stay off of it. Caught me coming off a high note with the Super Bowl win. I took that cash, immediately dumped it all on Oak State. Cunningham, don't fail me now. Double overtime
I'd ride
thriller.
with him. He's going to be the best player on the floor.
Double overtime thriller against Texas the other
It's
night.
a good game.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. But
Football news, Guzman transfers.
Big boy Biggs from Spring Valley comes in, a 3-star walk-on.
Not bad.
Dana couldn't get a 3-star to sign a fucking Scully. And we're getting 3 stars to walk on. We got a 3-star athlete. I saw we landed some other local flavor, too. A couple guys from South Charleston.
It's a big kid from Nitro. Like a tight end.
I've not heard much
any-
about him. I think I saw that tight end from Nitro play. He's got really good size. Then we had a guy or two from South Charleston committed. Then we had a quarterback that I don't know much about who committed. And I think they're all walk-ons. I think we only had 4 or 5 Scullies left.
I think we'll be hitting the portal.
Everybody's hitting the fucking portal now.
Yeah, we're going to get some guys out of the portal.
I'm hitting the transfer
You're hitting
portal.
the portal?
Yeah, I'm going to transfer to a different pod. I'm in the portal.
Where are you going?
Let me put my statement out.
Give me your
today.
top 25.
I'm going.
Have you noticed that? Recruits are like, here's my top 37 schools.
Yeah, I haven't paid no attention. I noticed they all put their letters out, and it's like, I've enjoyed my time. I'll miss my teammates, my family. And I said, well, why are you going somewhere then, dude? Guzman played. He was on the field as a true fresh.
Only thing I can think of with that is I think he's from California.
Cali.
Maybe he wants to go
Cali boy.
home. Who knows?
Where's he going to go? Southern Cal? UCLA?
San Jose State. Who knows?
I saw Tevin Bush, I think, found a home somewhere that's a lowly.
Tevin Bush. Wow.
I think
I haven't heard that name for
very
about 3 years.
Low D2 school or like a D2 school. But yeah, man, that portal, I don't know. It's whatever. I think it does more harm than good. Now they can just announce. They don't even have to ask out. And how many of them you think actually go and talk to a coach before they just pull the trigger?
That's a good question. I would say some do. Some sit down and do it the right way than other guys.
You think Ali went and talked to a coach before he pulled the trigger? Because I don't.
You don't think so?
Nope. Because if he did, I think they would have talked him into staying.
There was something off about that the whole year. I know he was hurt at the beginning of the year, but
and I looked for him to get in there because him and Winston were both getting about the same amount of playing time as freshmen, and it didn't make much sense to me to not see him out there. So I assumed it was a physical ailment of some sort or had something ailing him. But I bet that he went to that national championship game and then just
wonder where I'll be interested to see where he ends up.
If Clemson would take him, I think he'd go to Clemson. I don't know.
I mean,
but
shit, if Clemson would take me, I'd go to
but
Clemson,
I mean, he like when you look at his social media stuff, he's got some tie to Clemson.
He's got some buddies
somehow.
down there, right?
Yeah. So I don't know.
He can play.
Yeah.
I was still a little disappointed he left. I mean, I understand it, but I liked what I saw out of him as a freshman. He was a big physical guy on the outside, made some nice catches, and I don't know if you watched this last year. Anybody who can catch the ball, we'll take right now because that is an issue.
Yeah, and then obviously we lost a die to Georgia, but we've stolen a gentleman from Louisville to come in and be the
coaching carousel,
the defensive coordinator. I don't know, man. I hope there's fans allowed in this year. I think they could do some special things up there with 8-9 wins.
There's
this
one
year.
big marquee game that we got to have fans at.
What's that?
BT.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Get those guys.
yeah.
It's been a while.
I think the way it looks like things are trending now, it looks like this vaccination's working. Cases are down, and
I think we'll be good by the end of the summer.
yeah,
You might not have. I don't know who our first home game is against. I'm sure it's some shit team.
might
Not have
full
60
capacity.
for that, but
I bet you can get about 40 in.
that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
And hopefully my season ticket spot's included in one of those 40. I would
Oh,
think
you
it
can get
would be.
tickets, man.
Yeah, I would think
They
it
didn't
would
even
be.
sell out the games this year.
Yeah, it's true.
Did you go up, Danny?
Mm-hmm. Kansas and TCU, I think.
Not very exciting.
That's weird.
We're missing the Coliseum crowd.
It was weird. It was
I mean,
weird.
I heard Dick Vitale crying about that during the Duke game, or maybe it was Kentucky, Tennessee. He's making excuses for the big boys, the blue bloods that are down in basketball right now, and said they miss their home crowd. Which, yeah, I get it. I mean, Cameron's rowdy, Rupp gets loud.
Somebody throw Vitale in the back with Corso and drive him out.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're an underdog and you're at home and you're trying to pull that upset and you get the crowd going, it's a
Different animal.
different ball game, man. So
But yeah, I can do without listening to Vitale's bullshit.
yeah,
I'm not
he's
into
pretty
him. He
unbearable.
can take his diaper dandy and his excellent execution freshman and whatever else he's fucking talking about. Him, Berman, and Corso can hop in a white van and go hand out candy somewhere. I'm not interested in anything those three guys have to say.
I don't even want him handing out candy.
Now, they can go sell snow cones.
Go
whatever
play
the fuck they
bingo.
wanna do.
Retire. Let someone else
They're bad, man.
step up. But all right, let's get out of here. Baseball teams ranked preseason top 25.
We have the baseball team's ranked, the wrestling team is ranked, the rifle team is ranked 4th, the women's basketball team is top 25, and rolling behind the great looks and the great play of Kaiser Gondrezick. If you don't know who she is, look her up. She is quite attractive, and she is quite the hoops player.
Got the game to go with it, right?
Yeah.
I haven't watched. I need to turn them on. I meant to turn them on the other night, but they were on Longhorn Network.
Yeah, and then the
I'm gonna have
men's
that.
the men's hoops team is obviously ranked, as I think
14th.
most people know. So
I tell you what, I'm excited for men's soccer now. We got that guy from UC that was hanging banners.
Durenberger,
No, Daniel. I forget.
Was
his
he
name.
after Dern?
Stratford. Yeah.
he came in after Dern. Dern was at Penn State for a while. I'm not
Right,
sure where he's
right.
at now. Dern's a good dude. Chad Durenberger.
From Riverside.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm. I remember him.
Yeah.
He could play.
Durenberger was a good dude. Be solid to bring him back. I don't know. He coached at UC. They were really, really good when he
Yeah.
coached
Well,
there.
this guy won 2 D2 national titles, so we'll see.
But I mean, you say you're excited, but you're not going to watch any of that. You'll
Probably
look at the
not.
scores.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I've watched women's soccer before. Because they're top
Because
10.
they're all in very good shape, and a lot of them are very attractive.
Well, but they also
Alex Morgan.
our women's schedule. We always play like top 10 teams, so it's interesting.
Yeah. But it is what it is. A lot of good shit going on up there. We just got to get some fans back, get the bars back open, get this shit back cracking. And
Speaking of
all
bars, beer of the week, Pallet Bar beer of the week.
It is a great night to be a Mountaineer wherever you may be.
Taz, 28. Yeah, got to give it to Taz. Game of his life. Most people, I think, could give it to Deuce, but Deuce does that shit night in, night out. Tazo stepped up huge on Saturday.
I'm gonna give it to Emma Matthews. 13 on Tuesday, 10 on Saturday. He's the fourth wheel, man. That's the guy you've been talking about all year.
Dude, and
Just give me 10 or 12 points.
Here's the thing with him. We're sitting there Saturday watching that game, and I don't know how many people I heard sitting around just having conversations, and they're like, you know what the sad part is like the most NBA ready guy on that team looks appears to lack all confidence in his game, and they were like, Emmett Matthews is the one who has the best shot to make it in the NBA. He's got the size, he's got the speed, the athleticism, the hops, like everything about him. He's NBA ready. He just doesn't appear to have the confidence in himself. Once he gets that shit going, look out.
That's what I want to see.
He showed it to you at Texas Tech his freshman year. What do you have, 28 that night?
Right.
In the tourney.
He had a really good game against Baylor last year.
Yeah, he's due. He's bubbling right now. He's bubbling.
Join the fucking party, man.
Let's hope
Go
that
get
shit,
20 with Deuce, Culver, and
that shit blows
Taz.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can't lose to White Iverson.
No, White Iverson. I shit-talked him, but he played a hell of a game.
I told you he can ball. He can play. He developed that jumper down there at Tech, but he can play.
He got after us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's wrap this thing up. We're gonna get out of here. It's Monday night. Everyone enjoy their Monday night. We'll be
Yost will be back Sunday for those
next
Sunday.
Yost.